Today we are going to discuss about plants and animals and their conservation. So we discussed many things in this class in different lessons about plants and animals. The cell structure of plants and animals, the reproduction in plants and animals, especially in animals, and the production of crops, how to grow plants or crops, different kind of things. Now we are going to discuss about the conservation of plants and animals. So why we need to conserve the plants and animals? Naturally, in nature, there is a natural system in which different species are controlled. Their growth patterns are controlled. When the living things on this planet are living naturally. But humans, they made a lot of changes on this planet. Because of the human activities, there are some changes brought into the natural setup. So it leads to extinction of, disappearance of certain plants and animals. Naturally, whatsoever the forest area or forest land is present on this planet is gradually reducing. So how it can reduce? How the forest can reduce? It is because of a factor called deforestation. Deforestation. That means removing the forest. Okay, we'll see what are the reasons why we are removing the forests. So due to this deforestation, the natural forests are depleting. So again the humans, they are taking care of plants and animals. They are conserving. In the idea of conserving the plants and animals, they are setting up national parks, sanctuaries, biosphere reserve, likewise. So these are the places where the plants and animals are reserved, protected by the government. So why the government has to protect? If it is natural setup, why can't we leave the natural forest? It is not happening. From one side, because of the human activities, that is in the view of development, progress, we are cutting down the forest. That is the deforestation. So as the forests are depleting, so many plants and so many animals are becoming extinct, disappearing from our side, totally from this planet. To protect that endangered, endemic species, these national parks, sanctuaries, biosphere reserves are set up. We'll see what are these later. Now let us see the reasons for deforestation. We need more land. The population is growing up. The demand for food grains is growing up. So we need more land for cultivation. So for the purpose of cultivation, the forest land is cleared by deforestation. So that is for the purpose of cultivation, agriculture. They are clearing the forest land. And second thing, for houses and factories, to building up factories and houses, industries, forest land is cleared. To build reservoirs, to reserve the water for irrigation purpose, to make a reservoir, many of the forest lands are cleared. So here it is a social issue. The people demand for a irrigation project because they want water irrigation for their crops. So the tribals, they don't want to lose the forest. They will fight for that. Don't build that irrigation dam. We can take one example. In Andhra Pradesh, Polavaram project. So this Polavaram project, if it is built, there will be so many tribals and lot of forest area will be submerged under water. So the tribals and other people are opposing that, not to build the project, irrigation project. But the farmers are demanding for an irrigation project for more production of crops and more better irrigation facilities. So we cannot justify this as it is having two ends. But see that because of such kind of social issues, or for the social development or economic development, economic progress of the community, that there is a disturbance to the natural setup like forests. So houses and factories, for this purpose also the forest land is cleared, and for furniture and wooden products the forests are cut for wood. Wood is used for furniture, it is used for paper, it is used for different other purposes. So for that the forests are cleared. And other thing is the natural calamities like forest fires. So these forest fires destroy forest in large quantity, and sometimes severe floods also will be responsible for the damage of forest. So that is a natural one. But above these 3 points are because of the human intervention, human activities. So because of all this, the forest is being cleared, the deforestation is taking place. So that is the reason why we are putting our efforts again the other end. Some people are looking for social progress, social growth, economic development. They are carrying out all these activities and cutting down the forest. But from the other side, the scientists are telling that if you do so, we will lose so many plants and animals, so we have to protect, we have to conserve them. So they are asking for the government to set up a national park, a sanctuary, a biosphere reserve. So why these 3 names are given? For the same purpose. You see, national park is set up in a specific area to protect endangered animals. This is smaller compared to sanctuary. So national park is a place where animals are protected. In sanctuaries, animals as well as with their natural habitats are set up. So the animals, they live in not in an artificial condition, not in cages. They live freely in their natural habitat. So sanctuaries are much bigger than national park. And biosphere reserve is a very large area which is marked. That means a big part of the forest is left untouched. That means left free from human activities. So in that plants and animals live freely, and along with that certain humans also live in the forest. We call them as tribals. So the tribals also, they carry out their natural life in that biosphere reserve. So in this way, certain parts of the forest is marked as a national park or a sanctuaries, or national parks or sanctuaries are set up, and biosphere reserves are left untouched by human activities to conserve the plants and animals. So in this chapter, we are going to learn about the deforestation and the national parks, sanctuaries, biosphere reserves, and which plants and animals are becoming extinct, and what sort of care is taken by the government organizations or NGOs to preserve, to conserve these plants and animals.